question. Yeah, I just start responding. Rosemary from Arise News, you did ask if you feel that it is unconstitutional, you know, and that a lot of other civil societies are talking about that, you know. You see, Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution as amended is unambiguous, it's very simple, and it is clear. You know, if you go from subsection 1, start reading downwards, you see the conditions upon which the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the conditions that could warrant, you know, the declaration of a state of emergency. You see, here it is clear that the Constitution did not explicitly, you know, talk about suspension or not suspension. Now, you are talking about the suspension of the legislative arm of government and the executive arm of government. Has it ever been done in the history of Nigeria? Yes. Between 1999 and 2007, you know, we have a president, President Olusegun Obasanjo, that declared a state of emergency in several states, you know, and he also suspended democratic institutions there. But this one is even taking a very, very significant dimension. You know, the National Assembly, as it were, in this declaration, the Senate has mentioned that they are going to look at Section 11, subsection 5 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where, you know, the National Assembly, that is the Senate and the House of Representatives, you know, respectively, are going to take over, you know, that, you know, legislative function of government. In other words, the National Assembly is taking over the function of that legislative vacuum that was supposed to be there, which was not done, you know, in the previous declaration by other presidents. Okay, so what President Ahmed Bola Tinubu has done in Rivers State is in tandem with the provisions of the law. You know, it's right, and no meaningful government will fold its arm and watch the breakdown of law and order in any state, as the primary aim of government is to provide security and social welfare for its citizens. So it becomes abysmal, it becomes very poor if a president will sit down and see someone go and demolish an arm of government, break down the legislative arm of government, and for 14 months has refused to rebuild it. And even the president has even gone as far as trying to reconcile the parties. You know, at the end of the day, the crisis still persists. What do you expect the president to do? The president is firm. He got our support because he is not just doing that. He is doing what he has done in declaration of state of emergency, as done by President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, is synonymous and consistent with the provisions of the law when you look at Section 305 from subsection 1 downwards. So there is no infraction whatsoever, and as a coalition of civil society organizations here in Nigeria, we are affirming what Mr. President have done, and we are saying we are in full support, and we say kudos to him. So lastly, the guy from Radio Nigeria, he talked about suspension of the executive arm. So I think in this analysis, I think I've captured it, because the National Assembly is going to take over that function of legislative function. You understand? So while the military, the sole administrator is like the executive arm of government, we did not see something like this during the Obasanjo's declaration of state of emergency. What does it show? It shows you that President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is responsive and responsible to the yearnings and aspirations of the citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Can you stand and
Shut down there.